Good afternoon, everybody. Dan here at Right Nice Places, and I'm just 3 days away now from starting my mammoth challenge, where I'm walking 90 miles in 3 days across Hadrian's Wall, across the north coast of England. And I'm going to be going from Bowness-on-Solway all the way across to Wallsend, just on the outskirts of Newcastle. Now, technically, the wall is only 84 miles long. I've added mileage here and there for places where I can camp discreetly en route. And that's pushed me up to about 92 miles. So that's going to be going across 3 days. So more than a marathon a day. I'm doing it all for these awesome people, the Campaign Against Living Miserably. I'm really passionate about these guys. They've helped me so much over the last 14, 15 months with some of the stuff I've been going through. And I just think men's mental health, Calm isn't just for men's mental health, but that's why I've used them. And that's one of the reasons I want to promote them, is 28 men a week in this country take their lives due to child access issues, and that's 28 too many. We need to stop that. So I want to raise awareness for Calm, because they are ultimately a suicide prevention helpline, and you'll see the number coming up on your screen in a second. But I thought I'd do a video today about what I'm packing, because some of you may have never been wild camping before. Some of you may have never done a through hike before, or certainly a big long, sort of 31 mile-ish a day walking requires a bit of effort, but it also requires a bit of kit. So I thought I'd do a quick video just explaining what I'm carrying, what sort of stuff I find helpful on a big long walk. So to start off with, obviously, you're going to need a decent rucksack. Now, when I say a decent rucksack, the first time I did this walk, I had a Carrymore one. I think I picked up for about 40 quid from Sports Direct, and it did the job perfectly, I walk a lot more these days, and I've now got an Osprey is what I'm going to be using. So obviously, yeah, you need a rucksack. You need your kit as well that you're going to be walking in, because obviously you're not packing that, so I've put that to the side. Your boots, etc., etc. A few little bits. First off, obviously, you're going to be out a long way from home on your own. First aid kit, absolutely essential. But a first aid kit for me, I've got not just stuff like blister packs in there, bandages, gauzes, pads. I've got various things that can help me in there in various circumstances. I've got a survival blanket in there as well, which is really important. I've got a whistle in there. But I've also got a few little comforty things, like a couple of emergency brews in there, a bit of Kendall mint cake, spare boot laces, things like that. Bit of Vaseline, for when you get chapped lips and all that. And this time of year, a little mozzie net to put around your head for when you sat around anywhere and it starts getting irritating. So yeah, first aid kit, guys, absolutely essential when you're going anywhere. On top of that, I've got head torches, 2 of which. Now, these are chargeable ones, and I've obviously have power banks with me, but bring 2 head torches in case one breaks. Personally, you probably might not have to carry this, but I have a front pouch that I stick on there as well. And that is full of my camera equipment for filming my YouTube channel. Because I film a lot, I also need power. And for this particular walk, I have 2 spare power banks and various wires from being able to charge up my head torches to my phones, to my cameras, to all sorts of different things. So yeah, so that's important as well. Next bit you need is obviously a sleeping kit. So I've got my sleeping bag there, 3-season one for this journey, my little pillow, a recent purchase as well, 20 quid. What is it? High gear. Got it from Go Outdoors. Seemed really good, felt comfy when I tested it in the shop. But 20 quid, for years I've just been rolling my down jacket up. It's not the same, is it? I need a pillow, man. I've got a massive head. I need to rest it. And then I'm not going to bore you with showing you all of my various clothing, but basically in snuff sacks. Again, snuff sacks are invaluable. They keep your stuff waterproof. Years ago, I used to just use bin bags. They work as well, so if you can't afford to go out and buy snuff sacks, there's nothing wrong with bin bags and stuff. I used it for years. Ultimately, it's just another layer to protect your gear. But these days, I've got a bit posh. Well, not posh, I just can't go outdoors and become a member. But yeah, so I've got these snuff sacks. In that one is my sleeping clothing. So I've just got like a set of merino thermal gear, trousers and top that I'll stick on at night in the tent, with a pair of thick socks in there as well. And that'll be the stuff that I'll be using every night. So it just goes in there nice and tight every day after I've used it. Nice and simple. This one is my emergency warm gear. So if it gets really cold, I've got my big mountain equipment down jacket in there. And I've got in there like a bob hat, a snood, and a pair of gloves, just in case it went really, really nippy. The down jacket does come in its own little snuff sack, but it's not waterproof like these are waterproof. So you don't want a wet down jacket worth sticking in there. And again, don't worry about going out buying big ones. Before I had this mountain equipment one, which was a few hundred, I had a Peter Storm one that was 20. And it was warm and it was lovely and it was fine. It just didn't pack down as small, On top of that, I've got an extra set of clothing. So I'll be walking. I don't intend to really wash much on this 3-day challenge. I'm just going to go for it. But obviously you want a set of clothes on that you're hiking in, and you almost want to replicate that set again in a dry set. So you've always got one set of dry clothing, one set on, just in case, man. Do you know what I mean? It's just with it, but just a full replica of what I'll be wearing on the walk. So that's that. Second part of my sleep system, you've already seen my sleeping bag. This is my inflatable mat. And again, I do like these, but I do miss the foam ones because they pack down on the outside of my tent, on the outside of my rucksack, sorry. But these are bloody comfy. So it's worth the extra bit of space in your backpack, to be honest. Because the weather's unpredictable, I've checked the long-range weather forecast. There's a bit of rain due, but obviously it's been really heavy this week. So I'm not taking my full Gore-Tex Pro jacket. I'm taking my slightly lighter one. I can't remember what it's called, this one. It's an mountain equipment one. But yeah, it's like almost a soft shell, but it's really bloody good and it keeps the wind off you. But because the land's been minging the last week where it's been hammering it down, I'm going to take my gaiters as well, just in case. And then obviously a pair of Gore-Tex trousers as well. That's pretty much it for equipment, other than, because at night time you want to take your boots off, take your slippers. So I've got some down booty type things with a rubber sole so I can get out of the tent and pee, because guaranteed, get in your tent, get in your bag, you instantly need a pee. So something you can go outside in that ain't your boots. Ideal. Picked up this little bad boy as well, which I'm quite pleased with from Go Outdoors. It was only 15 quid. A little lantern that I can hang from the roof of my tent, but also a bug zapper, because I thought, again, time of year, man, little mozzie zapper in your tent will be absolutely ideal. It was only 15 quid with a membership, that. And then the last few bits is food and water filtration systems, really. So some people like them, some people don't. I do like them. I know they're heavy, but I'm a big lad, I can carry it. Water, that's a 3-litre bladder. I like the idea of the straw, so you don't have to keep stopping for a bottle. And it's just convenient for me. I appreciate some people don't like it because of the weight. As well as that, I'm also going to carry just a litre water bottle. And in that one, I'm going to have normal water in my bladder. But in this one, I'm going to put sort of iso energy drink type things, you know, just to keep those electrolytes up whilst you're walking. So I'll have a litre of electrolytes, basically. And then I've got this. This is a new thing. I was recommended to buy this, and I've seen a few YouTubers using it. The Hadrian water filter, the B3 system. They're not cheap. I think it was 45 quid, 50 quid, something like that. But yeah, brilliant. So I thought, if I'm out and about and I need to refill my water, because the whole idea is being off grid, then yeah, a water filter system. I'll post the link in the description to these Hadrian so you can have a look at them on their website. But wicked bit of kit, dead lightweight, packs down into nothing. And this is because I'm ultimately very British. I have a little milk bottle. So a little metal, half a litre. I like to carry half a pint of milk about because I like a fresh brew, man. You know, and I like milk in my brew. I'm not using that coffee mate nonsense in my Yorkshire tea gold. Poof, it's just not proper. So, you know, I'll buy, when I pass through villages, I'll always pick up a little bit of fresh milk, stick it in that. And to make my fresh brew, and obviously to make all my meals, I'm taking my jet boil. If you've not got a jet boil and you do a lot of hiking, for me, it's the best bit of kit in the world, because that's the jet boil. That's my whole cook system. Inside there, I've got my pod to stabilize it. You've got your gas to cook on, and you've got your burner as well. Now, I recently bought an adapter so I can turn this into a stove as well, so you can put pans on it and stuff. But for the purpose of this walk, I won't be using that. For no other reason than weight and things. I'm trying to keep it as low as I can, so I'm going boiling the bag meals all the way, really. So I've got quite a few Wayfarer meals. Wayfarer are boiling the bag food if you've not used them. They're not light in the sense that they're 300 grams, these, and I'm taking, 6 for my 3 days. So you've got just shy of 2 kilos worth of food, which isn't the lightest, but they are tasty, to be fair, for what they are. You won't want to survive on them for long, but for 3 days. And I'm going to be trialing out this one as well. This is a fully hydrated meal. So these are just boiling the bag wet food, and you could eat them cold if you had to. I won't want to, but you could. Whereas these ones are fully hydrated, so you have to dehydrated, sorry, so you have to add water to them. They are dearer than the Wayfarer, nearly double the price, but they're also a third of the weight. And I've got a beef stew with pearl barley ones. So yeah, so I'm going to give that a little try. And then I've just bought bits to keep me going, you know, jerkies, jelly babies, you know, sort of peanut bars, energy bars, that sort of stuff. One of my favourites, the old fig biscuit. And of course, you know, a brew kit. So that's enough brews in there, coffees, teas, little wooden spoons, all that sort of stuff. No sugar because, you know, I have tea the proper way. But yeah, so that's a brew kit as well. So that's everything that I'll be carrying. And now I'm going to show you what it all looks like inside a rucksack. I may have just forgot to mention you need a tent whilst wild camping. I forgot to show you my tent. I'll be taking my OEX Hyena 2. It's by no means the lightweight. It's 2 kilos. It's pretty bulky, but it's what I can afford, and it's what I've got. And I'm going to trial it out for the first time on this camp in the wild. So yeah, I'll post a review about the OEX Hyena 2 at a later date. There is already a previous video of me setting the thing up, but this will be its first test in the wild. And the other thing I forgot to mention is poles. Don't have to take walking poles, but I'm old and I like them. Whew! Well, that wasn't easy. I've got everything in the backpack. Get that, like a scout on his first adventure. Sadly, the tent isn't getting inside that rucksack, but it's on the outside. I've used a couple of bungees, and that's what's quite handy about these Osprey backpacks. There's plenty of loops to do just that, you know, whether it be axes or poles or tents or any sort of equipment. So yeah, so that's me packed, ready. 3 days time. On the 2nd of June, I start my walk in aid of CALM, the Campaign Against Living Miserably, walking 90 miles in 3 days. So if you haven't done so already, please click the link, please sponsor me, or just click subscribe and follow me on the journey. It's totally free to subscribe, but help me out on this worthy cause, and I'll see you all very soon on the trail. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.